The weather forecast is warning about -1, -2 degrees Celsius for the next couple of days, and normally it gets even colder here where we live. So we're busy winter protecting the Cannas. Previously we could leave them in the ground and just cut them down and protect them with straw, and then put a wooden box on top. But that's just not enough anymore. Our winters are too cold and too wet now. So, what we do is we dig the whole plant up, and then we pot them up and take them indoors in the plant room in the stable. Some people prefer to cut them down and dig up the combs and then dry them and then store them somewhere cold and dark and dry for the winter. But we've chosen the other method because that has been a success every year. Here is some of the cannas that has been dug up. Normally it is not recommended to divide them until spring, because of course you do make some damages to the roots when you divide them, and that just gives an entrance for rot and other diseases. But our cannas, they get enormous during the summer in our garden, so we just don't have enough or pots big enough for those huge roots. So I have to divide them here in autumn, and then they get potted up in separate pots. The stem and the leaf that I've left usually dies down as well, and then I'll cut it off, and then they'll shoot again in spring. Then I pot them up in a pot as small as possible, because that diminishes the risk of the roots standing in water, which they don't like. And I use some spent compost, which means, well, when I plant these cannas out in the spring next year, I will keep the compost they've been overwintering in, because and I'll use that for next autumn, because during the winter they don't need compost with any richness in it. And as you can see, I've mixed it up with perlite, so just to ensure that there are oxygen to the roots, and they're not sort of compacted into the soil, which makes the roots rot when you water the plants. And then they spent the whole winter in here in the cool room in the stable, where the temperature will be around 5 to 10 degrees Celsius. As long as they've got leaves, I will water them perhaps twice a month, but when the leaves and stems have gone, I'll only water them once a month, just a little, just to keep them going till next spring.